The most realistic humanoid robot in the world, flying premium cars, self-replicating robots, nanochips for reprogramming living matter, drones with legs, universal robots, robotic cleaners, and other high-tech news in today's one episode. But before we go on, let me say something about today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is a great way to learn more about science. Brilliant is an online learning platform that promotes education by problem solving and practical examples rather than memorization. Brilliant's interactivity allows you to solve problems with a hands-on approach by offering over 60 interactive courses in math, science, and computer science. It's not just the variety of topics that sets them apart, but also the fact that they guide you through these programs and interactive courses. You can move with individual lessons alongside with classes that encourage you and think about problems by yourself, which, in my opinion, should always be the goal of learning. Actually, we think everybody would find something useful among their courses. Want to learn about mathematics or want to go in a casino? Check out their statistics fundamentals or casino probability courses. Or do you want to go deeper into engineering? Then have a look at the engineering courses like classical mechanics, electricity and mechanism, and/or computational biology. Learning should never be just a consumption. You should always do and think through things that surround you, remember and understand things, and understand them properly, like in our Pro Robots YouTube video format. If you want to learn more about how things really work, you need to check out the Brilliant courses. If you complete Brilliant's courses, you will be way ahead of the average person that will talk about robotics and science. The fact that you can find interactive lessons on topics like this is why we love Brilliant, and why they make it so easy to recommend to the platform. If there's any math, science, or computer-related topics that you want to dive deeper into, Brilliant is the way to do it with structure, but at your own pace. If you want to join me and millions of other curious people on Brilliant, go to brilliant.org/prorobots and sign up for free. And also, the first 200 people that go using this link will get 20% off the annual premium subscription. The British robotics company Engineered Arts has unveiled the Ameca Humanoid Robot, the most realistic humanoid robot in the world. The modular robot is based on developments of the Mesmer company and completely repeats human facial expressions. According to the engineers, their development should combine all capabilities of artificial intelligence and artificial body, creating the ideal image of a robot in the future, such as was shown in the movie I, Robot in 2004. In the future, the company will also give its robots the ability to move around, and for now, it's mostly a test at the entertainment booth. We're waiting for Ameca to show up at the CES 2022 in January, which we will be sure to tell you about. The Chinese electric car manufacturer XPENG unveiled its first flying car, the XPENG X2, in the spring, showed its new 6th generation concept at the world's fall automotive shows. The company's 6th vertical takeoff and landing vehicle concept in 8 years is a luxury vehicle capable of moving freely on public roads and taking off at any convenient moment. Control systems will be self-explanatory and equipped with functions of autonomous pilot assistant using branded intelligent OS XPENG. The car will also be equipped with an emergency parachute system. The use of carbon fiber, aircraft aluminum, titanium, and magnesium alloys help to reduce the weight of the car. In the length, the concept is 4 meters 80 centimeters, and in width, just under 2 with folded propellers. The diameter of the robot at the same time is 1 meter 80 centimeters. Cruising speeds reach 130 kilometers per hour, and the expected range is 35 minutes at a maximum altitude of 1,000 meters. By the way, test flights of the X2 in Europe are scheduled for the first half of 2022. Robotic Systems Lab, based out of Zurich, has shown its vision for mobile robots of the future. It's a combination of fast, stable movement on 4 legs and the ability to traverse stairs and other obstacles, and the humanoid robot's ability to balance on its own 2 hind legs in order to use its front legs to manipulate objects. On the roads, the robot can move at speeds of just over 22 kilometers per hour. The developers assure that such a system is superior to any other options available, for example, in delivering the last mile. According to them, it's the only solution capable of carrying tools, materials, goods, and sensors over long distances with energy efficiency and speed, overcoming difficult obstacles, and providing unobstructed navigation in indoor and outdoor urban environments. So far, it looks promising, and we'll wait for the first real-world applications. Also, researchers at the Zurich University of Technology are now busy making an architectural group more than 22 meters tall using artificial intelligence and 4 robots working in tandem with each other. A team from Stanford University has developed 3D printed legs for drones that replicate the paws of a peregrine falcon in design. They allow the drone to land on any branches. The mechanical grip design, called snag, consists of a base, the bones, muscles, the motors, and tendons, the fishing line that connects the motors to the base. The mechanism absorbs impact energy when it lands and passively converts it into a gripping force. Once firmly anchored on the branch, the drone receives a signal from the accelerometer in its right leg and triggers the balancing mechanism. To take off, the drone pivots to a horizontal position, releases the locking mechanism, and takes off. The drone is capable of grasping a branch or other objects in 30 to 50 milliseconds. It's also able to grasp objects thrown into its paws in about 10 milliseconds. Scientists from the Indiana University School of Medicine have introduced a silicone nanochip for reprogramming biological tissue in living organisms and described in detail how it's produced. The device can convert skin tissue into blood vessels and nerve cells in a non-invasive way. The technology, called tissue nanotransfection, allows the nanochip to reprogram tissue function by applying a harmless electrical pulse to deliver specific genes to the desired tissues in a fraction of a second. The genes, in turn, change the function of the tissue, allowing blood flow to be restored and thus limbs to be saved in large vessel injuries or parts of the brain in strokes. The French Ascendance Flight Technologies presented the ATEA air cab with hybrid engines, 2 pairs of wings, and a range of 400 kilometers. The unique construction is the propellers inside the wings, allowing the vehicle to take off and land vertically. With this design, according to developers, it reduces the noise from the propellers, making it 4 times lower than that of a helicopter. The low noise level should help the company certify its transportation for the city. Production of the air cab is scheduled to start in 2025. Google has unveiled its new project Starline, which is a 3D telepresence cabin. Project Starline is essentially a 3D video chat booth, which aims to replace a 2-dimensional one-on-one video conference conversation with the illusion of live presence. It's tricky because the high-quality 3D image has to look right all the time relative to your position in the booth. The sound has to be broadcasted as if it's coming from a person's mouth, and you have to maintain eye contact as well. And all of this without having to wear any bulky headsets or trackers. The Starline system consists of a large 8K panel running at 60 Hz, 3 depth sensing capture modules, 4 additional tracking cameras, 4 microphones, 2 speakers, and infrared projectors. Whether or not this will actually become commercial product is not yet known. Scientists from the University of Vermont, Tufts, and Harvard have created xenobots that have suddenly begun to multiply. The miniature living robots from frog stem cells were designed by supercomputers. The robots were then assembled by hand and left in an incubator. Observing the xenobots, the scientists discovered that they could multiply by reproducing the process of kinetic replication. The robots found new cells in a petri dish and began to assemble themselves into spherical structures, which in a few days turned into new xenobots. Only the initial shape of the robots influenced the efficiency and speed of the process. The most efficient, Pac-Man style, the researchers found with the help of artificial intelligence. The developers are confident that their work could be in demand in medicine, as well as the collection of microplastics in the ocean. Would you launch breeding xenobots into your body, even for a cure? Let us know in the comments. The startup Virtual Incision has raised $46 million in Series C funding to certify and deploy its MIRA surgical robot. The miniature robotic assistant is designed for laparoscopic procedures such as colon resections, hernia and gallbladder removal, hysterectomies, and others. The press release notes that demand from the physicians and patients for surgical robots is growing every year. Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles has hired 2 Moxi twin robots. They move around the wards and corridors of the hospital, helping nurses deliver lab samples and carry medications and bedding. Patients can even send the robot to the center's gift store. Doctors and patients note that the robots cheer everyone up, which is generally a good feature. Robots use artificial intelligence, machine learning technology, and social engineering to interact with people. They can open doors and store goods inside their bases with 3 lockable drawers. SDU Biorobotics, a startup that designs and programs robots inspired by nature, showed off its latest development, a 6-legged robot with an unusual leg design and energy-efficient movement system. What applications do you think this robot could be used for? Let us know down below. The American startup DroneDek is developing an innovative infrastructure for drone delivery. The company suggests using small mailboxes where drones could leave parcels, regardless of whether anyone is home or not. Such autonomous receivers could be installed anywhere convenient or attached to the wall of a house. They would transmit their GPS coordinates to delivery drones and only open them if the drone is equipped with a special code. The recipient will be able to view the product code without taking the package out of the box. There's a camera and light inside for this purpose. Also, if necessary, the box can keep the parcel at the right temperature, whether it's medicine or a hot pizza. SOMATIC showed the capabilities of their latest version of its eponymous toilet cleaning robot. Since many doubt the commercial viability of these robots, the startup offered its robots for rent, and at first purely symbolic so that customers could appreciate the robot's merits. SOMATIC robots are smart enough. You only need to show the robot where to charge, give it access to water, and it will clean entirely on its own. Rocket Lab gave a presentation and talked about its new mid-range rocket, Neutron. The base of the future reusable launch vehicle is printed from carbon fiber. The height of the first stage will be 40 meters and diameter of 7 meters and the diameter of the fairing at 5 meters. Neutron will take off using 7 new open-cycle oxygen-methane engines called Archimedes. A notable feature of the Neutron's design will be the fairing, which will not be jettisoned. Instead, its nose will be open and push out the second stage together with the payload. Watch the New Year video with wishes for health and energy from the Faculty of Electrical Engineering of the Czech Technical University in Prague. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you did like it, let us know what you found most interesting down below.